All right, it is finally here, the Trail Pro 2. If you guys are as old as me, you might remember the Trail Pro 1. Trail Pro 1 was a sick tire. It was actually a Burris tire that we worked with Burris in order to tweak a couple of little things on it to make it a little bit more one-wheel specific. The tire was awesome. It had a lot of really awesome attributes, but it also had a couple of things that I wish I could have tweaked more, but that would have required doing a whole other tire mold. Well, guess what? We did a whole other tire mold, and here it is, Trail Pro 2. Boom. This is great. So a couple of things that we tweaked. The original Trail Pro, something that people really liked about it was the sidewall. So it was this nice reinforced sidewall where you could really lean into the turn, but as soon as you got to a certain point, it would sort of bite and hold the edge right there on it, kind of like you were on a rail at a nice deep carve. And you know, a lot of tires, like let's say the original Vega, it had that edge hold, but it was on a really shallow spot, so it would fall over that and you'd get some speed wobble on some heavy turns. And then you've got other tires that are really, really carvy that doesn't have that edge hold. You can just sort of like lay way over into them, but there's no sort of cradle to hold you there. Well, Trail Pro 2, we've done the reinforced sidewall, we've done that awesome squishy sidewall that bites and holds an edge at a deep carve. So on those deep carves, you're not gonna get all wobbly and it'll bite and it'll really hold a nice line through turns. Next thing we wanted to change up was the tread pattern. The tread pattern on the original Trail Pro, well, it was built for go-karts. So it had kind of like a left to right bias on it. We wanted to change that to just be completely directional because this tire is built for going fast off-road, and how fast you go on off-road switch, right? So it doesn't matter that it rides both directions. We only want it riding one direction forward. So with this nice directional tread pattern right here, it's going to shed water and mud a whole lot better than sort of a left to right bias one. So that's gonna hold traction a whole heck of a lot better in gnarly conditions, which is awesome. We've got a really nice deep tread to it, and that tread wraps all the way down around to the sidewalls. This one's super worn in. We've got probably over 1,000 miles on this tire, so we know it holds up for a long time. So the last feature I want to talk about is actually a tunable profile on top of it, depending on the PSI. So a lot of tires, they'll ride really, really great at a low PSI because that sidewall will give and you'll be able to get really nice into that edge. But then if you pump it up to a higher PSI, like you want to get more range on road or something like that, or you're a bigger dude, well, the problem with that is now that sidewall becomes really stiff and hard, and the center flat spot on the crown is still really flat, so it'll be kind of a bear and the tire won't ride really good at a high PSI, even though it rides great at a low PSI. Well, the Trail Pro, you can actually tune it depending on the PSI. So at a low PSI, it's gonna be really nice and stable, but that edge is gonna be really able to flex for you and you can really dig into the turns. And then you pump the PSI up and that centerline crown becomes a lot smaller, it becomes more rounded. And then that way you'll be able to have a nice nimble tire at a high PSI, but still have a nice stable carvy tire at low PSI. So there you go, Trail Pro 2, it's freaking awesome. Pick one up, they're available right now at TheFloatLife.com. And I don't know what the heck these guys are doing, but all right, we'll see you guys later. Float on, my friends. Keep it rolling. Trail Pro 2, TheFloatLife.com. Get one now.